Spider Loc popped up in the chat.
Man, I think we're giving Spider Loc too much fucking credit. He's gonna listen to this shit.
You think
And
so?
and
I'm gonna put the final pin in it because it's a backtrack. All right, it's a
What
backtrack
was his little saying? I'm my mama's mama.
on
What
my
was it
mama's
saying?
mama.
I'm a mama.
Facts over
And
feelings.
all right, Shaq, how about this? How about we keep it to the streets? The fact that he thinks, and he's supposed to be a street dog. Let's just keep it 100. The fact that he thinks that a motherfucker from the West Side. I want to make it real clear. I know my gang history. I know that Chicago created what the gang culture in LA was like. You know, just to make it real clear, they created the Bloods, they created the Crips. Go back, and for him to think that one of them dudes would have a say so in a city like Chicago, when I say that I didn't even have a say so, and I felt like I ran the city for a long time, is ridiculous. And that just goes back to show you he's supposed to be a gangster, and the fact that he even says those things is stupid.
But I
I'm gonna
think
tell
that
you,
that goes back
yeah.
with that whole hip hop persona. Like everybody like saying like, you know, everyone got goons and I don't know, man. It's just why you I don't understand it, bro. I don't know. I mean, I never had one of my guys on the team saying I'm a rapper, first of all, you know? If he told me that I would have been like, give me back my shit, bro. go go
All
rap,
right,
you
so
know?
for
I know dudes who had labels and who were signing dudes who had paper, you know, everybody was doing the same thing like K and everybody my brother doing it and but like saying, oh, you know, I'm the rapper and I got my own goons gonna go kill people for me because whatever reason, just to do it, it makes no sense to me. Or that
so
Yeah,
I would listen to
and
someone that came, you know, and they'd be
Shaq,
like,
all I'm saying is that for him, he talks about what he was, whatever he was, a crip or blah, whatever he was,
and he was a
for
fly on the
him,
wall, bro. Get it
but
out.
yeah, see,
for him to go back and kind of just like go around the what gang culture is like, if you were anywhere involved in it, for him to think that he had it like that is a joke. And the fact that he didn't want to come on, and I thought it would be cool if he would have come on
right.
to
So
your
for the
show and just
audience
speak
sake,
about
because
it.
they don't know, because the audience doesn't know, so he popped up in the comments on one of the videos, and he made a statement to somebody in the video. In the comments. The first one, he was responding to somebody else that said that he seemed like he was lying.
He said 50 was lying, nah, if I'm not
Right, right.
mistaken.
Well. The dude, the first dude said that he was lying, and he was like, "Nah, 50 said this, that." So it's like now you're putting it on 50. Here we go, right here. So here it is. It says, "It sounded like Spider was lying. He has a weird demeanor," and I said, "It's definitely not the whole truth." And he popped in and he said, "It's all I know. I knew it wasn't true that they withheld work to obtain it. I learned later they actually did get it, but bought it. I'd never lie. I've always said everyone involved was a stranger to me. I'm not from Chicago. No reason to lie, though."
Yeah, but
Okay.
that fact that's not what he said. He said he had Suge Knight call someone for Chicago. All that bullshit.
No, he said the
He
story was made up from, you know, made up by
made up.
50 to
Yeah,
give
that
us
we
some
didn't
kind
have
of
it.
street cred. I think
And
about that like street cred. I'm like, are you fucking
bro,
kidding me? You know?
He was gonna get their attention. He rapped
Yeah.
and he did all of that and all of that story or whatever. And again, I said it then. I said there's no reason that all of these stories can't be true, but they wanted to completely take what 50 said, what Yayo said, what y'all said off the table. And I thought that
So
was strange. Why deny that so harshly? You know what I'm saying? So then he came
so
back. Go ahead, go ahead. You got something to say?
so yeah, I have to say. So for him to even go at 50, obviously he's trying to get some press or whatever. Because let me tell you something. 50 keeps it real 100%. Tony Yayo kept it real. 50 Cent don't give up what anyone says about that chain. He knows the truth. That's all it is. I want to just tell you, like, 50 Cent version of it was 100% accurate. And I'm telling you for sure, people are going to switch up their stories or whatever the case is. And it doesn't matter, what he says today, what his version of it, he probably spoke too soon. He never thought it was going to, like, get out there like that. And he was wrong. That's it, plain and simple. And the fact that he thinks that a California dude would have had any type of say so in in Chicago organization is a joke. One thing for sure with Chicago, and I always told this all the time. I told these people in prison, it's like with Chicago culture, it's not about money, man. It's about the culture. It's about respect. It's about, you know, it's about, what it is in the street, and that's it, And for
what it
him,
was at least.
yeah,
Yeah,
for
what it
what
was. I
I
was just
felt,
gonna say
yeah,
that, P.
for him to come around and kind of say that, I felt like he was disrespecting the shy. I felt like it's a joke, bro. We don't give a about Suge Knight. You know what I'm saying? I'll tell you this much. Shit, I'm saying it, but in Chicago, you could tell any around the block, any shot caller, they don't give a like what. You think that someone like him's gonna call and say anything? They'll fucking joke, laugh at him.
Let me end this real quick with this one right here. So then here's the backtrack. I invited him. I gave somebody else a platform, and they didn't take the offer. He said they bought the chain in order to return it. They ain't dry up nothing, ain't do nothing but buy it. So now he's before they didn't do nothing, but now they bought it. I said they didn't say they dried up anything. He said the story 50 told was no work went to the streets till the chain showed up, if I recall correctly, and that's not true. Now, I said throughout those videos that, of course, maybe throughout it's telephone game, throughout people telling the story, a little extra grease gets put on it. You know what I'm saying? A mistake here and there, a yayo type of deal. You know what I'm saying? Say it come out and it infers that you guys, strong arm somebody or something. You know what I'm saying? So boom. So he put that out there, and then he said. Then he went back, I guess, and watched the 50 Cent video, and then he said, that's exactly what 50 said. I haven't quoted them because I don't know them. I never spoken to them. I said, are you down to come to the show and talk about it? He said, yep. And then he changed his mind and said, to be honest, I don't know. I got to holler at my
Yeah.
folks. Ain't them boys all bad now?
And then, well, I mean, listen, what's bad? My word ain't bad. I'll tell you this much. My word fucking convicted people. My word ain't bad. I would love for him to have come on the show, not to attack him, just to kind of get the record straight
But
of
why do we
what
even
he,
have to hear him? Like, to be honest, look, he
yeah,
goes on there. He says, "All I know is that they didn't get the chain back," and he's trying to tell the dude, "But you know what I mean. Like, there's some, like I did it. Like, insinuating that he really had something to do with it when he didn't have shit to do with it. It's obvious. He had nothing to do with it.
yeah,
He made a
nothing at
whole
all.
he
And
made
I'm
a
gonna
whole
tell you,
story.
big shout out to I actually talked to Tony Yayo about this after that one interview. And what he was saying is like, look, I think he was insinuating what it was, and we didn't have to. We said it last time, Shy. We didn't have to say it, man. We don't play games like these ain't kid games.
Right.
We didn't have to say that. Like it was insinuated that the reason why we got the chain back is because who we were in that point in time in our position, and ain't no one want. It was like that's just petty, like you know what I'm saying?
My
Agreed.
Like
question
it's
to
Shy.
Shido is
Yeah.
if you did have him on, like how much could he backtrack over all the stuff he said over plenty of interviews?
He
Like
was gonna he
he
was gonna say, nah, what I said, and I was gonna bring up video.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's what I'm
and I'm gonna
saying.
tell you, and I'll guarantee you, even El Prophet, he's not ever gonna probably do a video about us again because he still said that. Me trying to be cool with him. The fact that he said that, I feel like now he's about click and bait. You get me?
And that's where the whole thing started for me. That was
Mhm.
the only reason that I even followed this thread and even thought about this subject was that he was so matter of fact with saying, "Oh, 50 made that up. It's all marketing and this and that." And it's like, what?
And he knows the facts. I took him. I'm gonna tell you, he went to the shy. He was with some of my guys that are still out there today that told him what it was. And for him to say that, he was in the projects. Got on the phone with him from the projects, G. Like, and for him to say that, that's clickbait. I'm gonna tell you, I respect to Johnny Mitchell and everyone else who's out there who ain't about that. He just wants to hear the story. You get me?
Right.
So there's two different sides of it.
Right. To the chat, that's basically what it was. Then after that, I told him, you don't have to talk to them. You can talk to me. He agreed. I told him, bet I'll reach out to you tomorrow. Went to his channel, see what good date and time is. Told him 7 p.m. CST. He said all good. Gave him the link to the Discord, and I never heard from him again. And I just left it at that. So we would have
Yeah,
had it,
it's cool,
and
but
that's
I get
it.
it though. It's hard because I feel like he probably thought he was gonna be attacked, and we talked, and I said, "Well, we're gonna keep it cordial, like keep it straight up, like on some, man shit." At the end of the day,
Yeah, I'm not here to.
I
I'm not here. Like I said before, I'm not here to disrespect nobody.
That's one thing I appreciate about you, Shai, since day one. like if you say, look, it my opinion is this, or this is what I think, and you always kept it like, I'm just, you're giving me what you felt or what you thought, and I respect that. When someone comes up and says this is a fact and these people are lying, and you like our prophet, he just comes out saying shit, that shit makes me lose all respect for him, and it makes me question all the rest of the stories. Like how
Yeah,
accurate.
yeah, and just to make it clear, like I want to make it clear about 50 Cent, right? Me and 50, we always talk about it. Like, look, you could feel whatever you feel about snitches or cooperators, rats, whatever you want to call them. You know, that's 100%. I'm not trying to change your mind, shy. I'm not trying to change no one's mind. But the difference is that a real mind's gonna be like, okay, I don't agree with it, but that's you. I'm not gonna like like dwell on what your decision is. As a man, that's your business. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like,
Absolutely.
and I think that that's the difference between real ones and fake ones. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Shout out to LV in the chat for the 4.99 super chat. He said, "Why have a conversation with this bum, grown man named Spider Loc?" And
Nah,
again,
I think it's good. I think it was good that you would have a conversation just because you want to he had a lot to say.
here's your
You know what I'm saying?
platform.
So I think it's good.
Yeah, here's your platform. That's all it was. And like I said in the other, like I said after we did the last interview with you guys last week on Saturday, y'all know how I felt about Jerome Finnegan when I was doing Finnegan's Take. But even if Jerome Finnegan ended up on my screen and us having a conversation, I'm not here to disrespect the man and treat him as any less than a man. You know what I'm saying? So again, the platform's open to everybody. If don't criticize me for who I talk to if you're not trying to talk. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
That's it.
absolutely. And I want to say that for Albert for Flores, like about Vlad, right? You know, Vlad knows people that we know, and I gave him the opportunity. I think that he has his own reservation, and he does things a certain way. But again, I'm gonna just like there's a difference between a Shy and a Vlad. Shy's been about our story from day one, about getting to the roots of it. Like he has his own opinion. Like no one ever asks Shy. I don't expect Shy to change his opinion about what he thinks about snitch or cooperator. Like it is what it is. I have to respect him. You know what I'm saying? He might like white girls. I might like Hispanic girls. Whatever the case is, we have to respect each other's decisions or opinions on different things, and I respect them. But um, that just kind of goes to show like what are you listening to, what are you viewing, and where you're getting your knowledge from.
I wanted to be clear. Oh, you're telling me in the comments we got new developments. You saying now you know that they had something to do with this instead of what you were saying before. And that's all it was. You know what I'm saying? And he would have said what he would have said, and I would have said what I would have said. At the end of the day, he didn't show up, and I didn't sweat it. So, it is what it is.
What do you call that then?
What?
What he's doing, that's worse. You can't even back that shit up.
Again, like what your brother said about our prophet, it makes me question a lot of things now. I never had that thought about Spider Loc. I was, you know what I'm saying. I was indifferent. I didn't, I didn't have a negative feeling. Never had a negative feeling about dude or nothing. But it's like now I got to question shit. You just gonna say shit. But here's what people don't understand, and what I don't think even he understands. You are telling a story about how you manipulated the truth in a room full of people to get yourself seen. But then you want to tell me to believe everything else that you say.
Mhm.
So it's like I didn't get that part. I didn't understand that part, and it's like now you're telling me well, now tell me out loud. Let it be on the record like all the other shit that you said.
Yeah,
He, he
absolutely.
he he reminds me of all them dudes in prison, bunch of fakers.